Okay, welcome back to Garage Built Strongman. Today I'm going to do some banded deadlifts and a bit of a medley that I'll explain later. So banded. So there's many ways to do bandings. I run into an issue. When I built my platform, I added uh, hoops to use for the bands. The silly part is I don't have on the lighter bands. I don't have two matching bands. I have two red ones, but they're different sizes, so therefore they don't seem to match. So the easiest thing for me to do is do a single band over the center. Perfectly good. The downside is I do not have a hook in the center of my deadlift platform. So to counter that, what I have done is I simply just run a ratchet strap from hook to hook, and then all I've done is added a carabiner or your hook or whatever the hell you want to call these damn things, and then I'm just going to hook it side to side, like this, like like this. One of the issues that I had noticed is that with this setup, um, it doesn't offer me a great deal of tension at the very bottom of the lift. It's you can see it's pretty loose. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wrap this around and back to itself. It adds a little bit more. Uh, it's not that big of a deal because with a banded deadlift, what you're chasing is actually the progressive movement. So you're not necessarily looking for a lot of pressure off the floor. You're trying to get it at the top of the lift, not necessarily directly off the floor. I mean, if you want to add more weight on the floor, you can. Uh, you're basically, so if you're at, well, this is 135. When you get up here, now it becomes like 145, 150. I have never measured to see what it is. I just know it's heavier. I don't have an exact number, but we can live with that. Now, conversely, there's different ways of doing this. You can do it this way if you have the proper to double band it. You can do it that way. You can also take a band and just drape it over the bar like this, and then step on it a little more. Put your feet through the ends so you still get it. And actually, in a way, you can control how much tension and where you put it a little bit better. But I like this. It works. It's pretty static. So we're going to work up to. Um, so we're using an RPE scale today, and I'm not great with the RPE scales, but I'm learning them, getting better with them. So the top set is going to be an RPE of 9. So we're going to be looking for like almost all out. The first set we're going to do is going to be about a 7 to 7.5. And what it's going to be is you're going to make 4 pulls. You're going to make your first 2 pulls, 20 to 30-second rest, depending on how you feel. And then you're going to make your second 2 pulls. And that's one set. And then the second set and the third set will be at 7.5 to 8.5. It's going to be the same thing. You're going to make 2 pulls, short rest, 2 pulls. So that'll be 2 sets of that. And then the last set is going to be 8.5 to 9. And that's going to be the all or nothing type day. So I'm going to adjust this to try and get a little more tension at the bottom. There is another way I could do it. I could take my 35 deep dishes here and I could stand on them. And that way, by the time I start the movement into where I am, I get a little more tension at the bottom, but it still works more like a deficit. And that's not really what I'm after. I could take the 35s and put them under the plates and get a little more height out of that and then stand on something too. There's different ways to do it. Ultimately, this will work fine until I get around to putting a hook or some manner of holding on to the band on the deadlift platform. But for today and moving forward for the short term, I don't know how much longer we're going to stay with the banded deadlifts. Myself personally, I don't necessarily have trouble at the top of the lift. I usually fail off the floor. It's 50-50. Some off the floor, some people are at the top of the lift. Sometimes some people are around the knee, and there's different ways to work on those particular problems. But this is what we're working on today. So I'm going to set this up differently. I'm going to throw in some warm ups and get to it because it's chilly out here and I don't have great heat and I am cold. And my hands are cold. And the more I stand here yapping my face off, the colder I'm going to get. So let's get into it. All right, I got 275 on the bar. I tinkered around with the band here and wrapped it around here and got just a bit more. And then I took my 60-pound dumbbell, pushed it right against the back and threw the 10 in front of it, maybe to stop it from possibly rolling forward. Yes, you could use the dumbbells. My heaviest octagonal shape dumbbell is only 60 pounds. So if I was using the dumbbells, they would roll forward. Or even if I put them right up against a deadlift platform, they would actually be higher than my ratchet strap here. So it kind of, I'm not gaining much. I did think, I could take the band and go corner to corner, but I think that may interfere with my movement. I haven't tried it, but it kind of looks like it would. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing because it's worked so far. The yellow band here, I think, maybe next week, if we continue on with the banded deadlifts, I think I'm going to step up to the purple band, which is a thicker, heavier band, obviously, and bring the weights back a bit, and then test moving forward. It's always progressive, right? We always want to figure out where our top set will be. My top set so far here has been pretty light in respect. My best deadlift is it's like 520. It's not a wild, heavy deadlift by most people's accounting, but for me, that's where I'm at. I've always struggled with deadlift. Um, so what it'll be at the top, I don't really know. I've always said I should buy one of those scales, but I haven't done that yet. So I mean, this feels pretty solid. Uh, the feel at the top, so 575. I'm gonna say maybe 300, and that might be a stretch. Um, so I'm loading up for 315 now. What was I gonna say? My top set was, I think it was 335. Might have been 355. I'll have to double check. We're gonna push towards closer to 400 today. Um, After this warm up set, I'm gonna double check my numbers, see where I'm at, and see what I need to work with. And I have 365 on the bar. I feel good today. Feel good. Um, I did do Romanian deadlifts, wide grip Romanian deadlifts, and that was on Monday. Typically, my hamstrings don't really like doing a lot of deadlifts multiple times a week. I generally feel soreness for like 3, 4 days, but they feel good today. So again, we're going to use straps because my hands. I want to focus on the lift, not worry about my hands or my grip. Also, no belt. My deadlifting belt and my lifting belt is over there. Just the soft belt, warmth. So this is already heavier than what I have been doing. So again, two, we have like 20, 30 seconds. I'm probably going to miscount it because I'm not really counting it, but I'm going to yap for a minute so you guys get to listen to me. I did get this band a little tighter, I think. So it feels a little bit more tension. I think definitely next week I'm going to add the purple band and go from there. We might see 400 plus today. We'll see. We'll see how it feels. I definitely feel like we can add 20 pounds for 2 sets. Yeah. All right. Let's set up. All right. We are 395 on the bar. So we're going to do 2 sets of this, same style, 20-second rest, two, and then another set just like that. So we are already above and beyond my previous personal records because it's pretty fantastic. Um, So I'm doing good. It feels good. Not nothing too wild. Still feeling it a little bit in the back though. I can feel it pull in the mid back, but I did overhead pressing yesterday, and that kind of usually works up those muscles. That feels all right. I don't know what I'm going to go to because I added 30 pounds this time. 395. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how I feel at the end of the second set. This might just be a deadlift video. I'm trying to keep the videos at a reasonable length. I think if you wanted me to watch an entire workout, we're going to end up with like 35, 40-minute videos. And sometimes if I want to watch a deadlift video or just see what somebody else is doing just to learn something myself, I don't really want to watch the entire workout. Conversely, there's lots of times people, that's what they want. They want to see what the other guys are doing. You know, we'll see. Wintertime, it's it's cold, and I want to be out here any longer than I have to. And making videos always takes extra time. Feels good. Woo! All right. Woo! Oh, that definitely feels like easily 10 to 15 more pounds at the top. So for me, at 395, I have pulled 500, no problem. Um, when I got sick a few weeks ago, I had pneumonia and my back has not really recuperated. So what happens is the muscles get very sore, very sore, really stiff. And so doing deadlifts and that, I can feel all of this in my back and not my lats, in my, I don't know, the muscles that help with the spine erectors. I guess maybe they're called erectors. I don't know. I'm no expert. I'm no kinesiologist. But so these are good numbers for me as we speak. It's not even January yet. I'm not super concerned about the weights that I'm moving. Um, now, if this was at the end of February, whereas I have, so there's an event in March, at the end of March, that I could do. And then there's one in April, I believe. No, there's nothing in April, but then there's two in May. So, as I said, not super concerned about the weights that I'm moving right now. The goal for the next couple of months, well, since for the previous couple of months and the next couple of months, has been just getting stronger and a little more technical with things. So, yeah, blows my sinuses out. And again, another thing I don't use too much of is the smelling salts. Um, I don't want to get accustomed to anything. Again, I prefer not to use the straps, but because of the cold, I'm going with them today. No belts. I still use my knee sleeves and what have you. All right, two more, and then we're going to bump the weight. Is that 20 seconds? I don't know. I can't count that high. I added 15 more pounds. We are now 415. This is the all or nothing set. However, one thing I don't like doing if it can be avoided. I don't like failing the lifts. Um, I just find it's kind of demoralizing a bit in your mind, even though it really shouldn't be. This is the point of pushing your limits. This theoretically shouldn't be my limit off the ground, just where I fail. So this should be fine. I do wish I knew what it was at the top. I might borrow my buddy Mark's scale just to see. I can make a quick measurement where I land here. That way I know. And then I can give an accurate guesstimation of what the lift is at the top of the set. But for now, the plates say 415 and whatever I get from the band. Who knows? Somebody probably knows. There's somebody with a proper calculation that knows exactly how much it is. But that can all depend on the brand of band you're using, how old the band is, blah, blah, blah. So, it definitely feels like more than 415. Definitely feels like more than 415. Definitely feeling this pull. Lower right side, which seems to be normal. Woo. All right. That was a good session. I'm pleased with that. That's good. I needed to start moving some better weights moving forward, but um, everything has been different exercises that I'm not accustomed to. Wide grip deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts, um, axle deadlifts. So not stuff that I'm accustomed to for doing maximal lifts. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to call that for today because I bet this video is going to end up close to 20 minutes. I really just wanted to show you the start to finish. Another day, because I know it's usually a couple of weeks with different parts of the workout that get changed around here and there to work different aspects. So another day I will go into the bit of a medley I have to do next. But we're just going to call her a banded deadlift video today. Hope you guys enjoy the video. I probably won't get another video out before Christmas. It is what it is. So with that, I'm going to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I want to thank everybody that's subscribed to my channel. I want to thank anybody that's watched previous videos, that's watching this video, and that may come back to watch more videos in the future. I hope you guys have a fantastic Christmas. I hope everybody's well and doing well. I hope your training's going well. I hope nobody's getting sick, and I hope nobody's getting hurt. And if I don't get a video out before the new year, Happy New Year. And on the last note, thank you guys for stopping in to watch my crap. And fuck cancer.